Oh, what's up, everybody? Hello, 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 hello. Let's get these tunes going. How come I can't hear anything? Why is that? Why is that?
It's our turn to die. We're slowly marching to our suicide.
I can see it's popping up. Hold on. Technical difficulties, everybody. Give me a second here. There we go. Wait, what the fuck? What is going on? Oh, is it because...
instead of dreaming? Let me you if I could see the darkness in our minds.
Okay, let's try that. Let's try Streaming Hub. There we go. We'll start from the beginning here. Sorry about that, everybody.
We follow until it's our turn to die. We're slowly marching to our suicide instead of living. Tell me what to do instead of dreaming. Let me die for you. If I could see the darkness in our minds and that tainted eyes, I'd make it right. We're marching to the beat of genocide. We're killing at the whims and tides of a nation, fractured at the seams, breaking apart for the world to see. Break free from controlled reality and fight your way from this, to get away from it. I'm losing my mind, have I lost my sight? If this quicksand has gone over my eyes, how can I see anything? We're shadows in the current enterprise of institutions made to control your lives. We're inside breeding, concocting all the lies that we use to control your mind. Break free from control reality and find your way from this, to get away from it. I'm losing my mind, have I lost my sight? If this quicksand has gone over my eyes, how can I see anything?
Status check. Command on internal. Missile and internal DC. Pressurization complete.
Break free from control reality and find your way from this, to get away from it. I'm losing my mind, have I lost my sight? If this quicksand has gone over my eyes, how can I see anything? But I cannot find a better way from all the better things that you give to me. Oh no, not I cannot find a better way from all the better things that you give to me. If I could see the darkness in our minds and their tainted eyes, I'd make it right.
Alrighty, everybody, that was Tim Pool's Genocide, Losing My Mind. We got a fun stream coming up for you guys. Just give me a little bit to get set up here. We got a lot of crazy stuff coming up today. I'm excited for it. We've had some fun times. Oh, it's our other guy, Tom McDonald.
Bottom of the ninth,
Yes.
up against the
This
odds,
is the way we want to
running
start
out
the
of
show.
time, only got one shot when it's really do or die. When your
one
back's
shot.
against the wall, when you fighting for your life, do you believe in you or not? I'm a believer, I believe. I'm a believer, I believe. Second guessing every breath, I'm full of questions. Passes full of cigarettes, alcohol and depression. Therapists and all the different pills can get expensive. All this bottled up aggression, I'm too old to get arrested. Almost died trying to get here. Got high through my best years. Got sober, then I relapsed, then I cleaned up, got my head clear. Sometimes it feels like there ain't to believe in, but I believe that we're out here for a reason. You don't think you're a fighter, but I know you are. And you are a liar if you say you aren't. You don't think that you're worth it, but I think you're wrong. And I think you're perfect.
Retired
the way
Air
that
Force
you
veteran
are.
Tom McDonald has brought me a
Tired from the
newfound leash
pressure I
on
put on
life.
myself for years.
Thank you,
Tired
Tom.
from my 20s, the whiskey bottles and beers. Tired of smiling while I've been holding back tears, but I believe I can do it, so I'm here. I'm a believer, I believe. I'm a believer, I believe. I've been told I have a death wish, no one's interested. Cold and too aggressive, close to hypertension. I'm broken from the pressure, explosive with my temper. I'm sober, but I'm stressing and
I would love to
hoping
know
it gets
Tom
better.
McDonald's
Am I falling off? Should I give it up or put it all on pause? Let go of this dream so I can visit home and talk to mom? Maybe all I need's another Instagram post with a quote about believing in yourself when you're low. You don't think you're a fighter, but I know you are.
Tom's got me
You
pumped.
are a liar if you say you aren't. You don't think that you're worth it, but I think you're wrong. And I think you're perfect the way that you are. Maybe I'm weaker,
people in here.
and I know
Let's
I've
go.
lost before.
This is gonna be a fun stream. I think we're gonna have.
But I'm a
I think this is gonna be one
believer,
of the ages.
nothing is impossible.
It's gonna be good, guys.
I'm a believer, I believe. I'm a believer, I believe. You don't think you're a fighter, but I know you are. And you are a liar if you say you aren't. You don't think that you're worth it, but I think you're wrong. And I think you're perfect the way that you are.
No, this is not. Salvo doesn't know about Tom McDonald. Are you serious? Salvo, I got to take you to school on this Tom McDonald fellow, but we got one more song coming up, and then we're going to get this show started. I just got to pull up my notes and everything like that. But thank you all for coming by. We're going to have a fun show tonight. Ooh, yeah, everybody. Everybody take off your clothes, but nobody get horny.
I seek the love drum. Yeah. I seek communion. Right there. I need your ocean. I see your ocean. Your seas are militant. Hey, there you go. One dose, then I'm besting. Almost, really missed it. One dose, finish it.
Going back to Africa.
Finish it. One dose, then I'm besting. Almost, really missed it. One dose, finish it. Finish it. Finish it. All night long I let you on. Can't stay for long. It's alright, I'm moving on. They wanna be on. When the sun goes down, call my name. Oh, say you want me. Aye, when the sun goes down. Oh, leave me lonely. Let me get lost in the night. Aye, 2 years I was suffering, but I fought for your right. Aye, I never wanna see the day that I'm not in your life. In case I'm on my way, and so is I'm on my way. It's alright, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, I lie. I know you wanna feel the shine. No way, I lie. But every time I say the light, I fade into white. So the way waste your night off of me, yeah. Who you like? Just don't stray your eyes off of me. All night long I let you on, can't stay for long. It's alright, I'm moving on. Now you wanna be on, when the sun go down. Call my name, oh, say you want me. Aye, when the sun go down, oh, you want me. I chase woman, I lace my shoes, I break record, Usain, he lose. Must be in my DNA. Must be what she see in me. Hold up, I'ma break it down for you. Start to the bed, then on the ground with you. Then I pick it back up, spin around with you. To the edge of the bed for a
All right,
round
who's
or
ready
two.
for a fun night tonight?
Then I'm resting almost.
We got my stream, then it's gonna lead right into Salvo's. We got a full night tonight.
Finish it. Oh, say you won't be just another one.
Thank you, Salvo. He's a member.
Make it right. I wanna believe it. It's you that I wanna see, but you gotta mean it. Don't say that I'm all you need. Stop talking, let it show. I'll stop talking, let it show.
All right, I think it's time to
If you're
start.
talking, let me know how you're gonna take control. I know you're watching me.
Look at this.
Oh,
I got like a whole.
I know you're watching
Salvo gave me 10 gifted subs already. Everybody give it up for Salvo. Pancakes in the chat, everybody.
It's alright, I'm moving up. Now you wanna be on, when the sun go down. Call my name, oh, say you want me. Aye, when the sun go down.
Feels so good.
Leave me lonely.
Woo! What is going on, everybody? How are we all doing? Thank you all for coming by. Man, it's been a fun stream. Look at this psychotic setup. I think one of the goals I go for my stream, I like getting very high and then having a lot of candles around me. That way, people who are kind of OCD, it kind of sets them off. They think this fucker's gonna set his whole apartment on fire. But what you guys got to understand is this is a controlled burn over here. We have all these little stores right by me. Naomi, how much do you love these little stores, like the dollar kind of stores? We have a million. I don't know what it is about this Dominican neighborhood, but you can go to the store. You can get any fucking cheap item you could think of. They have like a whole warehouse of like every version of it. It's amazing. So I had to buy my ass like a fuckload of candles. That's one of those. That's one of those like impulse items for me. I don't know why this is, but anytime I see loose candles, I just got to buy them. I love candles. So nice. Naomi, she used to work for Anthropologie, which that's like if you don't know Anthropologie, it's all floral in the summer and then it's sparkly bullshit in the wintertime. It's a terrible company. But one of the great things about Anthropologie is they have the best candles in the fucking world. I don't know what it is, but Anthropologie has completely figured out the science for candles. I love an Anthropologie candle. So yeah, we got those going in the background. Hopefully I don't set my entire apartment on fire, but that is a risk. And if it does happen, hopefully you guys start sending me money, because then they'll make up for the whole thing. Maybe my neighbors would get a little upset, but what are you going to do about it? Thank you all for coming by. We got some really fun stories. And you know what I love about today's show is there's a lot of stories that are kind of like leading into other stories, which I love. I love it when all the bad guys that we talk about end up doing the same fucking bullshit as each other. It's so funny. We like poking and prodding people and making them feel like caged animals with their backs against the walls. But the sheer fact of the matter is we don't really necessarily need to do anything. These guys just fucking these guys just fuck up on their own. Everybody's been fucking up in really character telling type ways recently. And I think we're seeing a lot of that with this Enchanted Titles bullshit. Enchanted Titles is really the FTX of bullshit YouTuber scam products. Me on my own, I'm watching the video that this Paige Christie person does about Salvo. And, they do this ad read without even thinking twice about it. You buy a plot of land, you become a Scottish lord. This, even if it was a real product, would be a fucking scam. So you're going to spend $100 on a timeshare of a Scottish golf course. So now all of a sudden you're a lord. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? That's a scam to begin with. But as it turns out, the entire company is a scam. And it looks like almost every YouTuber that we hate is completely implicated in this story. And to me, it's just so telling. To me, I think a big part of what this stream is viewer advocacy. I feel like, and especially felt this way on Twitch, these streamers just absolutely detest their fucking audience, and they're trying to suck you guys like a fucking, they're trying to suck you dry. That's what they're trying to do. These people are not making videos so that your day is better or that you're happy. They're making videos so they can suck as much fucking money out of you as humanly possible. That's what these people do. Who do we got in chat right now? I'm seeing a lot of good folks here. Seeing Serious Business. I'm seeing Salvo Pancakes. I'm seeing PK, Clara. I'm seeing Dark Demon Queen. I mean, we got so many good people in the chat today, and I'm sure we're gonna see more. We got some fun stuff. If you know anything about CJ Brown, you know that I love Polly People. Polly People, to me, is precious. She is just so perfect for the Twitch debate space. She is such a mean, loud, cunty bitch who just will not back down from any fight. Her voice sounds like this. She sounds like a gremlin. That's how Polly People laughs. It's like, whoa, this person is a creature. This person is a creature that I am observing. And I'm so happy to have found another group of people that can appreciate how much of a fucking creature Polly People is. I love Polly People. We're going to start today with a Polly People story. Not necessarily a story, maybe an instance. Polly People ran into another one of my absolute favorite Twitch politics guys. His name is President Sunday. So President Sunday is... Okay, here's how I describe him. President Sunday is Dwight from The Office. That's what he is. That's why he's entertaining. If you like Dwight from The Office, you're going to love President Sunday. He wears cardigan sweaters, a button-down shirt every single day, and acts like he knows better than everybody, speaks in this monotone voice. He is enough to break your motherfucking spirit. This guy is really one of the worst people that there is. And I guess recently, our good friend Polly People had sort of a run-in with President Sunday, and it involved her leaking DMs of President Sunday, and then eventually the two of them get into a voice call, and Polly People gets brought to her absolute fucking limits. It's so funny. We're going to get into that right now. Okay, I have time codes for this video.
Been done differently.
We are going to watch a little bit of the beginning because I need you guys to understand President Sunday. He's such a fun character. I want to make sure you guys get the opportunity to see what I'm seeing. That's the thing. You got to make sure people are seeing what you're seeing. Look at this, by the way. I found this fucking guitar on the sidewalk. I was just walking around. We found this guitar. How nice is this? There's a rumor going around that I held a street musician at knife point, but you know, Naomi's claiming that she found it. So, okay, let's get into this right here. So we'll start from right at the beginning, just to give you a little sense of the essence of this President Sunday, guys. There's Naomi in the background. Everybody say hi to Naomi.
So apparently James is talking to Ellen today. He's been stalling for like the past 35 minutes. It's just, dear God. It's unreal.
Okay, so take a look at this guy right here. So very much like physically, we can get very much like a Sid the Sloth type vibe. He's got sort of thinning hair, thin frame, wire glasses, sitting beside a bookshelf, and he's wearing a cardigan sweater. Now listen to how he sounds. He's one of those guys where he's actually too good for the world to fully open his mouth. You know those people where like them articulating is just like asking too much because they're too good for this situation. That's the vibe that I get from this guy.
Later.
We won't be here
Yo,
long.
put a
hopefully.
1 in chat if you know what a prison lighter
I mean, on
is,
this,
real quick.
We're going long today, but
So Tampa has a cage. It's an outdoor cage. Like when you walk through security and you go to where the terminals are, there's just a door that leads out.
All right, shut the fuck up, James. This guy, James, all he does all day is rants about landlords for like 10 hours straight. It's crazy.
Yeah, I completely see a world where some hard, like.
Give me a clean President Sunday clip. Hold on. Here, let me go to his channel. Maybe I'll find something nice and clean for you guys. Basically, he's kind of like the lolcow of the Destiny Orbiter people. He's a lolcow. Lavaloon is a lolcow. You guys got to be familiar with the lolcows of every community. You can't just be familiar with Def Noodles. You got to expand your horizons a little bit.
So what have you been up to, anyways?
Not much. Will is here. Hi, Will.
I don't see him. Oh, hey, Will, you're looking very green today.
Look, this is what these people do, by the way. What they do, they get into voice calls with each other and they spend 3 hours talking about xenogenders. It's like, why on earth have you done this? Why on earth?
Yeah, we can't hear you. Just a heads up if you're... Okay. I think he's trying...
Oh my God. Cowbell's saying that he just witnessed a Chick-fil-A food delivery with drone. That's really
Tell
cool.
us something serious. Oh, now he's blue.
I can't see him right now.
Sorry.
See, the problem with this the thing about President Sunday, here's what you got to understand about me. When I'm not streaming, what I'm doing, I'm smoking my hash oil right here. I am playing a power wash simulator, and I'm watching people like this discuss things that are so mind-numbingly boring. Most people end up harikari by the end of the video. But me, I'm like a brave soldier. I'm trying to sift through the shit. I'm like a truffle farmer. I'm digging through the dirt looking for guys and all the fucking in the piles of shit. There's little fucking nuggets. And that's something you gotta appreciate CJ when you're watching stuff like this. Like, wow, what a good guy. He's willing to watch full 3-hour things so he could find little clips for me to enjoy.
No, you're still silent, unfortunately.
I'm still silent for you.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go. There you go.
No, we can't hear him.
I can.
By the way, that's literally the game that I'm playing right now. I'm playing a power wash simulator. Last night, I finished cleaning in the video game a jungle gym. It took me 8 hours of gameplay to finish it. That's the type of shit. If you think, I might be going a little bit
Serious.
crazy.
You can go.
Okay, I will leave. Have fun, y'all.
You can go. Take care, serious.
Hey, President
Look
Sunday.
at this. This is what these guys say is a show. These guys get into a voice call. They click start on their OBS, and to them, that's enough of a fucking show.
You know anything
right?
about Black liberation and the Black Power movement?
Nope, not a bit. It's not my
Well, then why is it that you would criticize me for such a thing when you simply don't know jack shit about it? Do you know who Fred Hampton is?
Nope. Oh, actually, the name does ring a bell.
This to me, it's like I don't know who's watching this. This is like listening to a cross country team. You know what I mean? These are like two teammates on the losers in the cross country team in high school.
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know what the Rainbow Coat?
How come that is, by the way? For whatever reason, cross country had the biggest losers. I don't know what the fuck it is. If you're in cross country, you're a loser. And you know what it is? I'm gonna expand it even further. If you're a runner, you're a psychotic, insane loser. It's like, are you running from something or to something? Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's not even like it's really that good for you, and you don't even like really burn that much calories. It's just like a self-punishing thing. It's like there's something about that self-flagellation of destroying your own body and kneecaps for fun that is like the only way some people can fucking come or something. I don't know what it is, but you're fucking crazy when you're a runner. I hate how they got to run in packs too, like they're wolves or something. How come you need to run with like 1,000 people? How come you can't just run alone?
Nope.
So I have to assume that you've never heard any of Fred Hampton's speeches about black and white power.
Okay, so this guy, you're getting the sense. He's a pedantic asshole. He's like, no, I didn't actually, blah, 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 blah. We're going to see what happens when Polly People gets thrown through the President's Sunday wormhole. Let's get into that. Let's go back to the video. We got the time codes. And again, this is something that I am trying to encourage people to do. Leave spite time codes. Everybody loves spite time codes. When I'm going through a video the day before I'm going to stream or whatever, what I do is I time code out the videos and I leave it in the comments section. And sometimes you actually get a bunch of people, you'll get hundreds and hundreds of people thanking you for the work that you do, even though I'm only leaving time codes on videos where I'm going to talk shit about every single person in the video. So they don't understand I'm an enemy, but they appreciate me anyway. It's kind of like a fun little psychological trick that I learned.
Okay,
how to gain dominance in this YouTube space. So now Polly People has entered the call. Shut the fuck up, let me finish. Our favorite Polly People, who laughs like the literal Joker. Let's listen to what President Sunday has done to her. We are 2 hours, 30 minutes into the stream. I believe at this point they've been talking for about 10 or 15 minutes.
Sorry, I just realized that when I speak, it cuts your audio off, so I can't hear you. So I didn't realize you were talking all the time.
Okay, so you've been talking and you...
Okay, yeah, that's the whole thing. Okay, so President Sunday claims that Polly People's mic is muting every so often. So he'll just start talking in the middle of Polly People talking, and it drives her fucking nuts.
You have documentary proof of me doing what? Having a conversation with James I never had?
Of James saying that he got his list from pinging people in that list, which includes you.
I never
saying, well, this is what James says. Then your shoes with James.
I confirmed
and then
with
in
him.
addition, something very interesting happens. Hang on, just one sec. In addition, something very one second. Just one second. In addition, immediately after that, you go on stream and you are very angry that I am criticizing James's reasoning process, and you defend it. I know because I have the VOD. You say at one point, no, this is a perfectly reasonable way to...
Okay, so what we're paying attention to right now is not the content of the conversation. This is a very stupid situation. I guess somebody made a list of content creators that you're supposed to mass report, and it became a big witch hunt. Everybody on the left Twitch tube got involved, and they're doing their little investigation work. They thought they were Julian and Blue, but... I mean, they couldn't figure out who the person is, and that's what's just triggering this whole conversation. But to me, that is completely irrelevant. What we're paying attention to is President Sunday annoying the living shit out of Polly People. So let's try to listen to how this fucking guy gets under her skin. He gets under her skin in a huge way.
Create a list.
Yes, a list of
people.
So
you're defending the process.
Oh my God.
You're defending the process by which James falsely accused Ellen for 2 hours. You're taking particular umbrage with me for it. And in addition to this, James explicitly says he names you of everybody. He picks you out.
Do you ever let people
specifically?
He
picks you out specifically. I'm going to stop in like 1 second. He picks you out. He picks you out specifically of all the possible.
So you'd hear this guy is completely steamrolling over Polly People. He is not letting her get a word in edgewise. She's not allowed to say shit. Every time it sounds like he's done talking, he like starts the sentence back up. I fucking hate people like this. Have you guys talked to people like this where you think that they're done with a sentence and then all of a sudden they have like 15 more sentences? So you started talking thinking you're keeping the conversation going, but now you look like a rude asshole who tried to interrupt this guy who's telling like a long story that has weird pauses and starts and stops whenever the fuck it wants to. It's the rudest thing to do. And as we know, there is nothing that annoys Polly People more than somebody interrupting her. That is one of her biggest fucking triggers. If you've listened to any of the conversations, I really highly recommend after this, go to my YouTube channel, watch the conversation I had with Poly People. I kind of break down how I feel about her, but every single debate that I've heard Poly People do has involved her telling the person to shut the fuck up, let me finish. So it's a massive, it comes up all the time. If you interrupt Queen Polly, you're going to fucking hear about it. You better believe it.
And in addition to this, James explicitly says he names you of everybody. He picks you out.
Do you ever let
you out specifically? He picks you out specifically. I'm going to stop in like 1 second. He picks you out. He picks you out specifically of all the possible names, and you are taking umbrage with me when he had been torching somebody, taking your credibilities, presumably, for that. For 2 hours on false pretenses.
So this
that looks really bad.
See, it's like, dude, you gotta let her talk. Like, what the fuck?
And in addition, in DMs, which were leaked, which I can now look at, you're resistant to me saying that it's not Ellen.
You give
excuses.
Wait, at no point does he stop talking. Every time Poly People says like the first half of a sentence, he just jumps right the fuck on it. I mean, this would drive me fucking nuts.
Credibilities, presumably, for that, for 2 hours on false pretenses.
So this
that looks really bad. And in addition, in DMs, which were leaked, which I can now look at, you're resistant to me saying that it's not Ellen. You give excuses for why. You give excuses for why Ellen's a plausible suspect.
Oh my god, dude! I said it was a trans community. It wasn't even Ellen. Okay, so.
Sorry, I just realized that when I speak, it cuts your audio off.
He will not. He refuses. This is like an op. This is what Keemstar thought Chris was, which is an op, where he was like paid to be disruptive. He is put in place to act a certain way, and it is a little hard to tell if President Sunday is just like this. I don't know what other word than autistic, or if he's doing this as like some type of tactic. It's hard to tell.
Suspect.
Oh my god, dude! I said it was a trans community. It wasn't even Ellen. Okay, so
Sorry, I just realized that when I speak, it cuts your audio off, so I can't hear you. So I didn't realize you were talking most of the time.
Oh, okay. So you've been talking.
And by the way, listen to his excuse right there too. Oh, when you start talking, to mute, so therefore I can't tell when you stop and start talking. This feed right here, this is from President Sunday's account. So everything that we are hearing right here, this is all what he is also hearing. So the excuse he's using about it muting every couple minutes, that appears to be a complete lie. Because again, we are directly hearing what President Sunday was hearing himself.
I've been trying to respond the entire time. Oh, you know what? Fuck you. I think you're lying about the audio. I think you literally just want to talk over me and make shit up and ignore the fact that I'm talking. Oh, God, you're such a devil, dude.
Ooh, and that's where I started paying attention right there. I've heard Polly say a lot of things about people, but this right here is genuinely the most annoyed that I've ever heard this person. Listen to this. She's talking and she actually pauses in order to say this.
Lying about the audio. I think you literally just want to talk over me and make shit up and ignore the fact that I'm talking. Oh, God, you're such a devil, dude.
Ooh, you're such a devil, dude.
You're I'm being quiet so you can talk. I'm just telling you, like, it was cutting you.
Yeah. Very rather.
No, it's tricky because
issues you're having. It's very tricky when you falsely accuse somebody and they can explain.
I know, right? I know. It's a real problem here. It's a real problem here that
he still will just not let her talk. He just does not stop. If he stops, he dies.
Problem here that you were cited as one of the sources for the accusation against Ellen. When Ellen was accused for 2 hours.
You can't even let me talk even now. You can't even let me talk even now.
Why do you talk?
Oh my God.
Talk.
I've said, oh, dude. Okay, look. Are you going to interrupt me or not? I need your kind of confirmation that you'll shut the fuck up after you've got done your fucking rant where you're making shit up.
What I was explaining is that when I speak, for some reason what Discord is doing.
Oh my God. And the way that he responds is so maddening. It's so maddening because he's the one that supposedly has these audio issues, but it's not an audio issue. It's I don't know how to conversate as a human being issue. It's more that type of issue than an audio issue. And the way he it's so smarmy and but it's actually your fault at the end of the day. Oh God, you just want to fucking spit on him.
What I was explaining is that when I speak, for some reason what Discord is doing.
I don't know if President Sunday would be acting this way if you were within spitting distance of it. These people, they have the home field advantage of being through a screen. I would love. Listen, all I'm saying, I want to see a live President Sunday debate. That's what I want.
No.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking lying demon.
When I speak, it cuts you off for an additional second.
Have you guys heard Polly people this upset before? I've never heard her this upset. This is great.
So I didn't realize you were still talking. I'm partially deafened here. So what I'm trying to say is I'm letting you talk. But give me a quick second so I know when you start, because I don't know if my chat's picking it up, but for me, I'm only catching like bits here and there, and I don't know if you've stopped talking.
We can hear everything, asshole.
Does that make sense?
Let me ask you this.
Okay, what other time codes do I have here? All right, here's another instance. I time coded every instance of Polly people calling President Sunday the devil. I love this.
Out of your way,
the two of us, listen.
Fucking demonize me and be overly responsive. This is why you're an unreliable ally and a fucking hateful devil. Because
Jesus.
I said one minor thing,
of the two of us,
and you react saying I'm the person who's like sending the.
He's still not stopping. He just does not. You cannot get him to stop talking over Polly people.
And you react saying I'm the person who's like sending the PG armies away. Fuck you for making that shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Of the two of us, what? Go ahead. Make some more shit up, will you?
Of the two of us, I read out DMs verbatim on the screen. And you gave your theatrical reinterpretation of them that doesn't actually bear scrutiny.
And it's like, you can't, it's like, do you guys remember going to fucking church as a kid and you'd sit there and a lot of words would be said, but none of it would actually go inside of your brain because it was so fucking boring? That's how I feel when I watch somebody like President Sunday, where it does, the way he explains stuff is so convoluted and boring, it doesn't even enter into my head.
Actually, say what
he's the wettest of sponges.
It's very explicit. Like, look, you don't owe me anything, but as content creators, if we're going to act in a friendly way, it's easier if we just litigate this stuff privately first. And then if I'm intractable, then take it.
You're telling me to shut up unless I send.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No, you can do it. If I was telling you to shut up, I could have just deleted your. I could have just deleted your YouTube comment.
Yeah, sure. Go. I mean, that one.
Oh yeah, that's the other side of this. So the only reason why they're fighting with each other is because Polly people left a mean comment on one of President Sunday's videos. So can you imagine that? Somebody leaves a mean comment on your video and it drives you into such a tailspin that you end up doing this, whatever the fuck this is, which I love. It does seem to me that President Sunday is intentionally crazy making. Crazy making is a form of gaslighting where you make somebody feel like they're going insane. And the tactic that he's using is every time she starts talking, he immediately starts stepping on whatever the fuck she's saying. And it's just maddening. And ooh, he really is a fucking devil, but damn, he got her. This was a great video. We got some more time codes here. Devil, we got two more. Bully. This is where she calls him a bully. I like this. Let's see what she says.
But we don't have a moderator. Like, we don't have, like, assigned blocks. We don't
Can
just, like,
I
say,
talk?
It is my time.
Can I talk?
That really works.
Or are you going to be fucking hardcore misogyny on me?
What?
That's what she accused me of, by the way. So, Polly People is on record for saying she doesn't think that I'm transphobic, but I'm super misogynistic.
Are you going to keep doing your misogyny shit on me? Are you going to let me fucking
What am I
talk?
doing that's misogynistic?
You won't let me talk. You're bullying me, but
Dude, every fucking, my whole chat room is British women. I'm a TERF. That's what I am.
This is an unmoderated conversation.
Just to make set the record straight on that one.
We can both speak at the same time. This happens everywhere.
All right, so you can just talk however you want then. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
fine.
So can you.
All right, okay. Okay, well then, I don't know why we're talking, because you can't control yourself. You can't let me finish talking. And now you just gave yourself permission to talk over me. You're a literal piece of shit, dude.
What?
You're like, I will talk over
right
Polly
now.
however I want to.
Every time I've been speaking, you've been speaking at the same time.
Oh.
I just tried to explain that for some reason Discord's muting you for a second on my end after I speak, so like...
Yeah, you're having audio problems, but that's not going to stop you from talking over me.
Well, no, the reason why I'm mentioning that is because it's making it so I accidentally talk over you.
Yeah, all
right. What I just said was, like, if we have like a disagreement about something, we go public first, then that's going to have a chilling effect, because now...
Okay, and it's like, yeah, whatever, man. I would love to waterboard this guy consensually.
So, you know,
is that allowed? Can I say that? Can I say if like he agrees and I agree, I want to waterboard him for hours? Is that allowed? I think it's like if we both agree on it, what's the problem?
Tweeted it out, and I thought it was super weird that it was on that list, but I did notice in a couple of days before, I did notice that people were putting me or were saying we're going to deplatform me. And I noticed that all the critiques were non-transphobic. So I already had in my mind that this might be, you know, some sort of trans-related attack, but that's really all I had. You are painting me in some way because you literally cannot take the most mild fucking criticism on YouTube comment.
You were so thirsty. You were so thirsty to leak DMs and take this to Twitch for drama.
You did it first. You were the first leaker.
No,
you were the first leaker. You literally said this right now.
I told the truth. You were resistant about that. I didn't leak the DMs though. I didn't show the content.
You said when I reached out to you in DMs, you resisted my concern.
Which is transparently true.
So how am I?
I have it on my screen right now. People can see this. Like this is transparently the case.
Yeah. Would that fall under that category? Would waterboarding like a that would be like a sub dom BDSM type relationship. I don't know. I could see President Sunday being like a total sexual freak. I could see this guy being a dom. I could see him in the bedroom really fucking, laying the law down. I don't know what it is. This guy's just such a loser. I feel like a lot of the times people are kind of like the opposite of who they are in real life in the bedroom. I could see him falling into that category.
But that's a mischaracterization
no,
then,
it's
because
not. Paulie, there's no sensible read of this otherwise.
Did you talk over me? I explained to you what the fuck was going on. I didn't know what was going on. James is saying Alan's involved. I have no information that he's involved.
Hello,
but
Shadow.
I do think there's a trans person involved. So my way to square that in the midst of not having information, in the fog of war, if you will, is like, well, there must be more than one person involved.
Why are you trying to square that when there's an absence of evidence that Ellen did it?
Because I just got into the stream just before you did. I didn't see you the first couple hours, you dumb fuck.
No, because I saw you before then. Like I actually.
Okay, so this is kind of like I see this as the blueprint for how to deal with poly people. This is a great way to deal with poly people. Get her in a voice call. Say you want to debate about whether the trans genocide is real. That's what's so good about these streams, by the way. If you phrase things a certain way, be like, yeah, I'm a MAGA chud, and I think that the trans genocide is fake. These people 100% of the time will let you on their stream, and you could, cause total chaos in this person's life. As soon as they start explaining themselves, just start talking over them. This is great. So really, I hope you guys, anybody that does in the future plan on appearing on a Poly People show, which I say that's going to be a rite of passage in my community at a certain point. If you want to feel like you're a part of the CJ inner circle, you got to debate Poly People. You got to get in that ring. You got to talk to Poly People about some type of bullshit, but this is how I want you to act. Please act like this.
Chat for a little while before that.
Okay, maybe
you were there for almost as long as I was. I was not there for the whole stream either.
Okay, but how do you know that I was paying attention every fucking second? I'm trying to get ready for my own stream. You absolute fucking demon. Just take a criticism next time instead of making up a bunch of shit and then attacking.
You immediately go to cover my conversation.
When I listen to poly people on this call, I picture her as like a little gremlin that's just sitting on my shoulder and whispering into my ear. She's got like a little gremlin voice. It's so fucking freaky.
James, and you turn it off halfway through in a huff.
I mean, Poly People is a straight up feral ghoul from Fallout New Vegas. This person is like completely lost and gone.
And you try to defend his reasoning process
because
too
you were
midway
being
through.
A fucking weirdo.
No, what's weird, Polly, what's weird isn't getting angry at James for lighting up an innocent person for 2 hours. What's weird is not doing that. What's weird is getting angry at the person who was doing that, in fact. That's very strange.
You did it for clout, dude. No, it's very strange.
No, I didn't want to talk. I was talking to him. I was talking to him in chat first. I was talking to him in chat first. I was talking to him in chat first. I wasn't asking to come on until it was like he was like actually fighting with it. It's like, look, I don't see the evidence here. Can you like? Like, yeah.
Hey, here's what I said. I said this was disappointing.
Dude, Poly, I don't know if you guys have sleeping issues, but if anybody has sleep paralysis, her voice is like what you hear whisper. You know, you could hear her fingernails. You could hear her climbing up with her little claws, and then this is the voice that you hear. When your body's frozen, you're in between like being asleep and awake, and your body you can't move, but your eyes are open, and then this is the voice you hear.
To see from President Sunday, James was making a mistake, but he owned up to it immediately when talking to Ellen. This felt like an unnecessary and overly dramatic intrusion by Sunday. That's what I said. Okay. I stand by that.
Sure.
That doesn't mean.
And did I bite your head up?
Okay, and then I believe, was that the last time code? Because I think that it is time to move on. So that was President Sunday versus Poly People. We got to just keep tabs on Poly People, man. I mean, she to me is one of the characters to watch. And, you know, she's really been in the mix. I've been seeing her pop up in like Chud Logic streams and, you know, really in those types of circles. By the way, we got a big bone to pick with Chud Logic later on. Chud Logic really made a fucking ass out of himself recently. When he did a stream with, you know, my good friend Edwin. And I think Chud Logic did such a fucking bad job. He really made it a complete embarrassment out of himself, if you ask me. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, guys. A lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to keep it political for a little bit longer. We're going to talk about my good buddy Xander Hall. Who here is a fan of Xander Hall? Xander Hall to me is just the absolute fucking worst guy on YouTube. Hands down, I can't stand this piece of fucking human dog shit. He is the guy, I'm pretty sure they wrote that article about him where it's like, I felt down the alt-right pipeline, where I started as a Minecraft fan and now I'm a Nazi. You know, it's like, first of all, what the fuck are you talking about? Minecraft. Listen, if you're stupid enough to go from a Minecraft fan to being a Nazi, it's like, I don't even know what you're supposed to do with people like that. I guess you just throw them in prison. Like you're too stupid. You're too stupid if you get radicalized that easily. That's just, it's insane. But then he became this like left-wing figurehead, and now he has a very, you know, he loves licking on Vosh's penis. He likes slurping up his cum. You know, he was in a relationship with a woman that was 10 years older than him, who turned out to be a meth head that was stealing from his PayPal account. This guy's a fucking idiot. He can't do anything right.
As we know it.
I mean, look at his camera. Wait till you see this guy. I mean, Xander Hall is just so stupid. He's got the dumbest face. Every time I'm doing videos where I'm talking about Xander Hall, I'm making the thumbnail. You know, I'm doing my thing. I'm making the thumbnail. I'm screenshotting his face. But zero times has his face been in focus. This guy cannot he does not know how to use his camera settings. Because if you look, his face is out of focus while the dresser and bed are like perfectly in focus. And his bedroom is just fucking insane and disgusting. It's all white. He's got like the biggest butt plug in the world right behind his chat right over here. I mean, you go to Russia to be in a room like this, it costs you $300 for a half hour. I mean, this is gross. Disgusting. He's always vaping. I know I'm always vaping now too, so maybe I shouldn't bring that up as a criticism. But this guy, the reason I'm talking about him is because of just a trend that I want you guys paying attention to. And we've seen this in other instances too, where content creators will not be honest with the audiences. What they do is they set up these sort of like alliances. So a big one that we saw recently was with Tipster and Xylee and Chris the Narc, where it doesn't matter what they do, they're friends, they have an armistice, so they're not going to say anything bad about those other people. And, you know, we're part of a clan, so, you know, if you go against people in our tribe, you're basically trying to destroy our tribe from the inside. It's a really fucking gross attitude, especially when it gets into topics like politics. Because, you know, I would hope that, you know, an online political thinker has the agency to kind of say how they unabashedly feel about another person or another topic. I think that is completely, you need that. It is crucial for understanding the topics. If the commentator isn't being honest with you, if there's hidden sort of alliances and if there's hidden incentive structures, it makes it harder for the viewer to understand what the fuck is going on. And Xander Hall falls into the Vaush camp. He's like a Vaush guy, where he's downstream of Vaush. Anything that Vaush does, Xander Hall has to support no matter what, because he's sucking on his fucking dick, getting all the cum, putting it in his system. That's how he stays, you know, nutrified. Is that what you call it? Stays nutrified. That's why he's so skinny. The only thing he eats is Vaush's cum. That's the only thing this fucking weirdo eats. So, a big thing in the Vaush community, if you guys don't know, Vaush he's friends with Shoe-on-Head, who's one of like the dumbest Twitch political people that there is. And every couple months, she says something fucking dumb. She will say something that left-wing people just can't get behind. And lo and behold, you know, dick-licking Xander Hall is going to make a video defending her, not because he himself likes Shoe or believes any of the things that she says, but he does it because Daddy Vaush, he doesn't want to upset Daddy Vaush. That's what it is. And we're going to see this fucking turned on him in a hilarious way. So we are going to click on this right here. Let's take a look. This is Xander Hall. This is the guy. Again, like, look at how skinny he is. Just enough nutrition for the cum to work. Because he sits on his computer all day. You know, he doesn't really use that much energy. Click on one of his videos. So this is an example. This has happened.
It's a nugget?
A couple of times. Xander Hall has made a video explaining to his audience why it's okay for him to be friends with Shoe-on-Head. Can you imagine? Imagine making a video explaining to your audience why it's okay to be friends with somebody. And all these videos are like 45 minutes long. Look at this shit.
Oh my God, it's a fucking chicken nugget. It's a chicken...
Shit like that, you know, will get people angry, and then you're like, oh, I see people are angry.
Here, let's see him sum it up.
Please support me and help me raise money. Right? It's not like, oh, you go out and go fuck somebody whenever you feel like it or whatever. It's like kind of, I guess, organized or something. I don't know all the ins and outs, but it's not like there can still be cheating in a polyamorous relationship. Like, apparently trust and communication is, you know, vital, and if that's broken, then that's when it becomes cheating and it stops being a poly relationship.
Like, what are they talking about?
Actually, that would be considered cheating in a polyamorous relationship because of the open line of communication. Ugh.
Simply different strokes for different folks.
Get out of my country. Go to Sweden. Go somewhere. Go to fucking Iceland with your weird ass. I don't want your fucking weird pink neon bullshit in my like this. You think to yourself every day. You think to yourself, who drinks G Fuel? That's the thought that pops in your head every single day. It's Xander Hall. Xander Hall is a G Fuel drinker.
Can we really not just leave it at that? Different strokes for different folks. It truly is that simple.
So what this video is, this is him, you know, his whole community is mad at Shoe Head, so he's going to make a 45-minute video defending her. And then I think this is him. What is this video called? It's called something like, oh, video unavailable. Oh my God. That's so funny. Here, I'll show you this. So this is really, really funny because this is really how embarrassing this is. Right here, Shoe Head is being accused of, and it's an 18-minute video of him explaining why what Shoe Head did was good or, you know, was just because Vaush told him to. But now that all that goodwill is gone, we're going to see right here.
The political people were injured.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
It's pretty explicit.
All right, so I have some time codes for this. So I guess what happened was, this is the Balenciaga shit. You know, fucking everybody's talking about Balenciaga. It's the new Pizzagate or whatever the fuck. And I guess Shoe Head made a tweet about how, you know, she doesn't like how kids get raped or something. I don't know what. And I guess Xander Hall has a problem with that. That's my understanding of the situation. Maybe Xander Hall can clear the air on that. But let's listen to what this fucking fight is about. Let's listen.
I'm pretty certain this is goth gear, like goth gear, isn't it? Like this isn't literal BDS.
Oh my God, this guy is so fucking stupid. I'm pretty sure this is goth gear. I think this is goth gear, right, guys? A bear wearing a fucking full BDSM outfit. You think that's goth gear? That's what you think?
Evocative of it, but
oh my God, how people like this make you really question reality. It's like I'm on the left, but I see people like this. I'm like, am I like a full fucking alt-right? Like if this is what the left, I don't know what the fuck I am.
You can see is wearing like a collar and like one of those strap harnesses and like a bow. Now, people have called this like kink BDSM gear. Yeah, it's definitely meant to be evocative of it, but I think this is a fashion brand. I'm pretty sure this is like goth.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. It's a fashion brand, so that makes up for it. What was the name of the Naomi? What was the name of the gym coach who did all that bad shit? What was the name of that gym coach who did all that bad stuff? Yeah, it's like, oh, he was just a gym coach, you know, so it can't be bad. Oh, it's a fashion brand, so what could go wrong?
Like,
oh, Larry Nassar. Yeah, Larry Nassar.
I'm pretty certain this is goth gear, like goth gear, isn't it?
It's just goth
this
gear,
isn't literal BDSM gear they're advertising here in the photo, is it? Does anybody know? Like I'm actually curious.
See, this is what this is what I do all day. I walk around, I listen to Xander Hall, and I just punch the glass out of the neighborhood windows while I listen to him talk. That's my day.
Knows Balenciaga? Is that how it's pronounced? If anybody knows their brand, regardless though, it's just a weird image, right? Even if it's just some shock marketing of some goth like clothing, like goth like aesthetics that kind of look a little to be showing in an image with a kid, it's definitely weird. Here's another image where you've got like another goth. They're calling it BDSM gear, but it's pretty clearly goth gear.
Yeah, it's just goth, you know.
Bear and a bunch of stuff with a kid standing over it who does not want to
See, that's the thing. It's like if you can't even admit that it's weird to give a child a BDSM stuffed animal, then it's like I just discount the rest of what you're saying.
Very clearly. And then this is
and it's so
photo that has the
to so arrogantly dismiss it as like, oh, it's just goth, you know, it's just goth stuff.
Document. You got the zoom in on it, and then
and this is pretty fucking funny too. This is a rich
kid standing over it who does not want to be there, very clearly. And then this is the photo that has the court document. You got the zoom in on it, and then if you continue it down below, there's like a fully like viewed thing. So What you would see here, if you read Shu's tweet as she presents it, is that this clothing company for rich people is presenting children posing with BDSM gear clad teddy bears, while also leaving tiny little clues that they're pedophiles trying to push pedophile, like child porn, in like the background for all of the internet sleuths to pick up on. That is unironically the message you're supposed to get from this tweet. Does anyone here disagree? Does anyone here disagree that is the message that you're supposed to get from this tweet?
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. But let's hear how Xander Hall walks his way out of this one.
Now, overall, that's not all that destructive. It's not. Even though it's wrong, it's not that destructive. Even if it was just,
yeah, you know, I got my kid like a little, I got him like a rubber boat butt plug. I gave it to him for the bath. Oh, he doesn't use the butt plug part of it. It's just like a part of the toy, right? Like what?
Miss, whatever. It wouldn't even be the end of the world. That's not what I have an issue with. Though I am going to take the time to point out that...
Yeah, I'm selling like the Barbie, Hello Barbie jerk-off room. You know? It's like a seedy back room of a massage parlor where Barbie jerks Ken off. And you like fill it with milk and it shoots cum everywhere. You know? Oh, it's totally... That's fine, right? Just sell that stuff to like 10-year-olds. It's not going to confuse them at all. That's totally fine.
Merrick DeVille took the time to point out that Shoe-on-Head is misrepresenting this, actually. I can't find her tweet. Oh, no, she got blocked by Shoe, so her tweet wouldn't be here. Sorry. Basically, they're not from the same photo shoot. They're not from the same photo shoot. The images of the kids, like, modeling with, like, the little bears here, and this, they're not from the same photo shoot. Not only that, but apparently when it comes to backgrounds for like a photo, this is the document, by the way. When it comes to the
what is the
documents, like if you're going to print out documents that look official to use for something like this, turns out Supreme Court case documents are not protected by any copyright. So very often random Supreme Court case documents will just be printed out and used as like background, don't pay attention to it, who cares, paper in the like to look professional for movies, TV shows, photo shoots, etc. So it's probably not like the
okay, so like a very specific court case about child trafficking and rape and that type of stuff. It's just random happenstance. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense, Xander Hall. Perfect. So let's hear him cope. Let's hear him cope about him literally spending a year and a half defending Shoe-on-Head, bending over backwards for this woman. He is really broken to his core about this situation.
Turns out Supreme Court case documents are not protected by any copyright. So very often random Supreme Court case documents will just be printed out and used as like background, don't pay attention to it, who cares, paper in the like to look professional for movies, TV shows, photo shoots, etc. So it's probably not like the most sus thing about this, most likely, is probably just the unfortunate reality, the boring but unfortunately known reality that the modeling industry, when it comes to children, is rife with abuse. We know this is true, and that's basically all. That's like, so yeah, but maybe something's going on because this is a kid being used for modeling, and I think that's pretty exploitative, personally, and pretty weird. It's definitely weird. However, it is not Shoe-on-Head's tweet itself.
Here we go. The tweet. Okay, so now we're getting into what Xander Hall said. So let's listen to this and really think about it from Shoe-on-Head's perspective. If you had some little fucking... if I was Shoe-on-Head, I would look at Xander Hall like a little fucking booger in my nose. This guy is such a fucking little dweeb. And if he said anything sideways to him, I would lose my mind. And I think that's exactly what happened here. Let's listen.
It was the response to it. You see, following the post of that tweet by Shu, very quickly, we started to see the expected response that you would see from this. Here's a 2,000 like tweet from somebody that Shoonhead follows, quote tweeting Shoonhead's post. "We are up against demons. The groomer problem is real. It's not a quote-unquote dumb culture war issue. These people want to rape your kids in..."
All right, where's Xanderhall's tweet?
These are the people that they do not make her time hard online. If you criticize Shoonhead publicly, out of nowhere, completely
Oh, here's his tweet right here. So Xanderhall says, Shoonhead on her way to once again use her massive platform to provide the neo-Nazis in her audience with fodder they can use to justify the murder of gay people, but this time the day after another anti-gay terror attack. Holy shit. And this guy's like, he's confused why Shoonhead would block him. I mean, what?
Warranted. She literally, like, apology cried on Twitter about what happened last time she did something like this. This is not like, oh, she made this mistake for the first time and she couldn't have known this was going to happen. She saw.
See, I love a story like this. The reason why I'm showing this to you is I love it when social climbing goes wrong. Because somebody like me, listen, I kind of just, I'm going to speak from my chest. If I don't like somebody or whatever, you'll know about it. And people that I like, if they're doing stuff wrong, look at my silence. But somebody like this who actively is bending over backwards to defend somebody that they themselves don't even like because it means that I'm going to be able to be, Vosh is he's going to trust me more because I'm nice to his friends and he'll bring me on the stream more and I'll be able to make more money. Pathetic. If you don't like Shoonhead, if you think that she's given like fodder for Nazis, you don't pretend to be friends with somebody like this. You don't pretend to be friends with somebody like this, and you don't make 30-minute videos defending them. Oh, Shoonhead is just misunderstood, guys. She's just good old Shu. And then finally, you've had enough of her. She blocks you. You make this unhinged video. And then even more embarrassingly, you delete all the videos that you made in the past defending her. That's what we noticed today. This guy, he can't even stand behind the words that he said in the past. He's compromised. That's the thing about these content creators, is they're completely compromised. You can't believe a fucking word out of their mouths. Everything they say is like an elaborate lie in order to get more clout. So you just got to consider everything these fucking assholes say.
Worst possible scenario.
From the angle of like, how can them saying this benefit them? That's what you got to think about.
Outcome of these actions last time, apologized, and then repeated the same behavior and the same kind of stuff is happening now. Shoonhead is like, it's like a calm pond that she's throwing a stone into and literally causing the ripples that will dictate conservative demagogue propaganda for like the next week. I'm sorry, but it's true. And we got the prompt block, and then we've got the
By the way, here, okay, another CJ thought, and I want you guys to take me seriously on this. Enough with the I was blocked by so-and-so posts, okay? I mean, enough. We get, Tipster blocked you. Okay. You're going to make that a whole thing? Like, what? Be blocked with dignity. If somebody blocks you, just be blocked. You don't have to make a big stink about it. Who cares?
The go-to defenses. We've got the go-to defenses of Shoonhead.
Am I the only one here who's completely sick of the... Oh, so-and-so unblocked me even though I was blah, 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 blah. Fucking who cares?
Present the notion.
Stop being a whiny little bitch about
that
it.
We can't criticize or poke fun at giant corporations when they do weird shit like use child porn court case docs as a prop in an advertisement just because some unhinged weirdos somewhere else will twist it into some nonsense-crazed nonsense. I'm sorry, but the criticism here isn't that Shu at all criticize this. It's that Shu alleged conspiracy refuses to cultivate an audience that is not filled with people that want to murder the gays.
And it's like, you know, you really believe everything you said in the past. Am I supposed to take this person at face value from now on? Because I seem to remember this guy has made hours of content defending Shuan Head. She's a good person, guys. You just don't get it. But on this other hand, as soon as she does something to you, you say you provide the neo-Nazis with fodder. So on one hand, you're going to be friends with somebody who provides fodder for neo-Nazis. So you're willing to be friends with somebody that provides fodder for neo-Nazis, and I'm supposed to look up to you because you're this guy who does all this great stuff on the left? How does that make any sense?
And then provided a conspiracy that her gay want to murder the gaying audience would only interpret as, oh, thank you, Shu. Here's another example of propaganda we can use to justify the killing of gay people. Thanks, Shu. We appreciate that. We can always count on...
It's so funny, man. If somebody doesn't like me, that's not going to change how I talk about them or how I feel about them. Somebody is allowed to not like me, and, you know, somebody could like me, and I'll feel a type of way about them. I'll say that they're trustworthy, and they're fun to be around, and all of a sudden, if we have a falling out, that doesn't change who that person is. So everything that you said when you like the person, when you're now in a fight with that person, any insult that you levy against them, you're almost in a way levying against yourself, because this is somebody who in the past, a past version of you was friends with somebody with all these traits. So who's the real loser? Is it Shuan Head or is it you?
As our little propaganda machine, like it's really frustrating to defend that, you know? Here's somebody link me something. Xander Hall, nothing wrong with your tweet, and here's the link. Oh, well, I'm blocked by Libs of TikTok, so I'll have to show the tweet in a private window.
All right, and what other time codes do we have on this video right here? Shu is responsible, and she doesn't reply. This to me is just the best. I love stuff like this. Let's give it a listen.
Very reasonable people who've been canceled by the same people that cancel Shuan Head. Here is Merrick's response to my tweet. I forgot. Here's Shuan Head implying that I'm a pedo defender. Too late, he did it and unfollowed me, just like Contra, the Surfs, Hunter, etc. All of them over pedo shit. Normal and cool. Not gonna stop me from talking about it. So, of course, she's doubling down about all of this. Merrick replies,
Xander Hall and Hunter Avalon joining forces on defending pedophilic-related things. Wow, what a shocker there.
I'm done. I've tried to reach out privately about stuff like...
Have you guys seen Hunter Avalon? He looks like an evil version of me. We both are managers at Trader Joe's.
A few times. She ignores it. She does. We are friends, but to get a reply in DMs from Shuan Head is quite rare. It is a rare...
Oh, this is the stuff that I love. This is what it's all about for me.
Down about all of this. Merrick replies, I'm done. I've tried to reach out privately about stuff like this a few times. She ignores it. She does. We are friends, but to get a reply in DMs from Shuan Head is quite rare.
You're friends, but she won't respond to your DMs. Oh, yeah. Sounds like a real friend to me. Oh, yeah. You know those friends that you have that don't respond to your messages? Yeah. Oh, that sounds like a great friend there, Xander Hall.
Occurrence. She ignores it. Yeah. I don't know if I really believe that Vosh, in private, argues with Shuan Head about political disagreement, because I don't think she would reply, honestly, to Vosh saying, hey, Shu, can we talk about this? I don't think she'd reply. Anyway, she saw me talking through why this doesn't make sense, and some of what she said was outright wrong because she blocked people who responded to me, but she ignored that too. Sucks. Listen, guys, this is not the only person who has had to deal with this. Who else? I believe, a pillow as well. Also, ex-friend.
Yeah, so that's pretty much that, guys. We got to celebrate when people like Xander Hall, who have been sucking ass to get ahead, when it truly falls apart on them. Look at me. Whoa. That is a frozen camera right there. Damn, look at me. I'm looking like a true fucking dyke. I'm dyking it up. You know what somebody said to me one day? They say, CJ, you look like both Hannah Gadsby and the man that raped Hannah Gadsby. And I thought that was very funny. Very good stuff. Do you guys know Hannah Gadsby, Nanette? Oh, boy. What else do we got? Oh, man. We're going to take another victory lap right now, guys. We get to take a massive victory lap because YouTubers are showing their true colors. Man, this Enchanted Titles, or what do you call it? Yeah, Enchanted Titles. This sponsorship has really shined some fucking sunlight onto a lot of these ground creatures. A lot of these fucking absolute bottom feeding. I don't give a fuck about my audience. I'm going to try to get them to buy as many scams as possible because I know the views aren't going to be coming in forever, so I got to suck as much money out of these people as humanly possible before they're gone. And that's what a company like fucking Enchanted Titles is. I don't give a fuck about my audience. I don't care what kind of scam bullshit they buy. It's the same with some fucking loser like Tim Dillon, where Tim Dillon is selling you like keto cereal, the Blue Chew, Bet DSI, the lowest of the low, Raid Shadow Legends. You could tell everything you know about a YouTuber based on their sponsors, okay? That's really the number one way to tell if a YouTuber is a good or a bad person. What type of sponsors do they use? Do they use any at all? Are the sponsors they use, do they vet them, or do they not care? Is everything that they sell a scam? And, as it turns out, all these fucking people were using this Enchanted Titles. So to give you a little bit of a catch 'em up, if you guys don't know about this Enchanted Titles business, I'll show you the video that kind of kicked things off here. I'm going to give you a little bit of a summary. Enchanted Titles. There's fucking, I love that. Mudahar is involved in this. Philip DeFranco is involved in this. Everybody is involved with this Enchanted fucking Titles shit. And honestly, fuck every single person that was enough of a piece of shit that they're willing to scam their audience with something this stupid. So let's find a little portion. I'll play the beginning of this video here.
From Graham Stephan, Andre Jick, Some Ordinary Gamers, or The Quartering in the past year, you've probably seen a sponsorship from the company Established Titles. Now, despite glowing reviews from some of YouTube's largest and most trusted creators, this company is a complete scam. Now, I do have to say that I believe most of these creators don't realize that it's a scam, with the exception of one.
I like this, this guy's like kind of a chubby CoffeeZilla. This is like CoffeeZilla's older, less successful brother. Let's say CoffeeZilla's family is Malcolm in the Middle. And CoffeeZilla's Malcolm, he's like the older brother that goes to like the military camp and then he works on the German farm and shit.
Talk about in a minute. But that does not get these guys off the hook, and they need to do more research on a sponsorship before accepting the $20K plus a month these guys are making from doing deals with this scam company.
$20K plus a month. These fucking scumbag ass YouTubers are getting paid $20,000 a month in order to sell you a scam.
Now, before I break down how this company is a scam, I'm going to let these creators in a montage of clips explain what the company wants you to believe they are doing.
All thanks to our sponsor, Established Titles. Their project based on the historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lords or ladies in English, and that means as of today...
Ooh, I see a great idea right here. I want to make a scam company just to get YouTubers to shill it. Yes. I've had that exact same thought. Yo, seriously, if you want to collaborate on this, me and Serious Business, let's start a serious business. Let's start like a what could be good? Like what's a good scam product, Naomi? Like what would people buy a lot of? Maybe like We could sell fidget spinner butt plugs, or I don't know. We could sell like hats, you know, and this is sustainable hats. Every time you buy a hat, we plant a tree, but it's like cheap Chinese hats, and we cut down a tree every time somebody buys one.
That's right. I'm officially a lord.
Better than that is to give those fun, tangible assets as gifts for the upcoming holidays. And thanks to today's sponsor, Established Titles,
I don't know. I don't think
that
so.
And become a lord or lady.
Shout out to this video's sponsor, Established Titles. Established Titles is a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds.
Yeah, if you own like one like pinky of a step in Scotland, that doesn't count as owning land. I mean, even if this was true, this is such horseshit.
Or lords and ladies in English. They allow people to buy as little as 1 square foot of dedicated land so they can call themselves a lord or a lady officially. In return, they commit to plant a tree with every
1 square foot. You can buy 1 square foot on some fucking Scottish graveyard or something.
And protect the beautiful, pristine woodlands of Scotland.
Today's video is brought to you by our friends over at Established Titles. Do you want to help global reforest?
How do we know this guy's bad? Easy. 1, 2, 3, 4 jugs of G Fuel. G Fuel's filled with fucking, you know, like when your grandma dies and they put her in an urn and it's like a powder? That's G Fuel. You mix grandma up with some fucking cherry flavoring. That's what G Fuel is. This shit is disgusting.
Efforts. Do you want to help preserve the natural woodlands?
Any adult that either sells or drinks G Fuel is up to no good. I mean, nobody that drinks this shit is up to good.
Scotland. Well, here's a nice last-minute gift to absolutely do that right for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's...
Dude, I'm so sick of this fucking Mutahar guy, some ordinary gamer. He's trying to act like he's so much better than us while he's selling G Fuel. Same with this fucking, the Moist Critical guy. He's so much better than us, but he's a G Fuel salesman.
A historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. This entire thing gives you 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number. Kind of like an NFT, except it exists in reality.
Now, unfortunately, everything said there, from the buying of land to being given a lord title, and even the planting of trees, is a complete lie.
So there it goes. From the planting of the trees to receiving the title to even owning the land, everything involved in this story is a complete lie. But yeah, we're going to see right here. The guy who made the video is freaking the YouTubers out because I guess all of a sudden you're not allowed to go after the sponsors. Oh, I'm sponsored by the Nazi party. Oh, don't go after the sponsors, you know? Why not? If the sponsorship is a scam, then we're going to go after the advertisers, and anybody that helped promote a scam is a fucking accomplice. So either you're going to help us figure this crime out, or you're going to go to jail. People need to pick sides on this. And look at what this fucking coward Boblox says. So Boblox, big, you know, I don't know where I stand with him right now. Let's see what he said. LOL, the guy who made the Established Titles video legit has a YouTuber hit list pinned in his comments. A YouTuber hit list, really? So, it's the guy that made the video's fault for pointing out that YouTubers are selling a scam. So it's our fault now for pointing it out. You have a problem with us for saying something about it? This is how these YouTubers think of us. They think of us like we're fucking cattle. So somebody who is kind enough to make a video, potentially damaging his reputation with all these different YouTubers, suddenly it's his problem for saying something about it. You know, it's his problem. Why would you bring it up? Oh, you're gonna. This is like a witch hunt, man. This is like a witch hunt. Go fuck yourself. Look at this. Look at all these people on this list. This is a fucking. I guess he has it pinned right here. Oh, he doesn't have it pinned anymore. Maybe these guys use their social pressure to get him to remove this. But look at the list of people. This is like really crazy. Go through it right here. So these are all people that have been selling a confirmed scam. Each and every one of these people. Oh, look, and it even puts little stars next to people who correct the record on this. So that's kind of fun. Okay. Ben Shapiro. Next up is the ad for Enchanted Titles. I would think that he would be selling like 1 square foot of like land on the West Bank. You know what I mean? So you could be like, oh, do you want to be an Israeli settler, but you don't want to pick up your whole fucking family? Well, you could buy 1 square plot of land and you can kick out a whole Palestinian family if enough people sign up for this shit. Nick Ocado, avocado. I mean, this guy, Nick Ocado, he's straight up dying. So anything Nick Ocado does, I'm kind of okay with. You know, Nick Ocado he's going to be dead in like a year. So just let him do whatever the fuck he's going to do, because that candle's burned out bright. Meet Kevin. Do you guys know Meet Kevin? Meet Kevin is like, he's like a financial dude who like also, I think he ran for governor of California. He's a real weirdo. Meet Kevin is like a real weirdo. Here, I'll show you Meet Kevin really quick. You got to see this guy. Meet Kevin is like a pedophile, man. I'm telling you. Speculatively, this is not slander. He gives me pedophile vibes. That is not a slanderous statement. That is a personal opinion. Let's take a look at Meet Kevin.
I'm beat. Today,
look at that. I mean, it's like, look at the colors in the background.
It's Black Friday, and I just got back from...
This guy waits at the local park for loose kids, and he has 2 mitts so he can play catch with them. You know?
Exploring retail demand firsthand, because I've been reading retailers' earnings calls, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, Macy's, you name it, to try to...
So he's like a scumbag landlord financial guy who turned into a YouTuber. And I guess it sounds like he did apologize at one point, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that's Meet Kevin. Graham Stephan. Do you guys remember Graham Stephan? He got the living shit beat out of him during that boxing event versus Michael Reeves. Yeah, Graham Stephan got fucking knocked. Andre Seek, I don't know who that is. Some Ordinary Gamer apologized. The Quartering apologized. Wow. So out of all these guys, The Quartering is one of the few people who is actually... Oh, this is bad. Actually, this is getting bad. Spencer Cornelia. That is not good, guys. Spencer Cornelia should not be involved in this list. Here. His whole channel, it's a scam call-out channel. Look at these videos. Look at this. Fraud, in trouble, illegal. These influencers were scamming. The world's biggest Ponzi scheme. New York City's Batman was actually a fraud. And this piece of human dog shit ran a scam as an ad for his video and has yet to apologize. Look at this. I found the whole content is him calling out scammers. Look.
Millionaire that needed PPP loans in order to pay rent. I bet you can't guess what city he lives in. Just kidding, everyone knows it's Miami. Today's subject is a mentee of my
Where do you live, Miami?
Favorite Miami business mogul. This video will be a hard-hitting breakdown of why this blue check influencer needs to be exposed for the scumbag he allegedly is.
Who, you?
Hard-hitting is an appropriate adjective because he beats his... We'll get to that in a minute. Man, 25, who grew up in poverty and slept on the streets.
I hate this guy, too, because he runs defense for this one other guy I hate. His name is, fuck. Who is the name of, like, the gambler guy who looks like he was, like, the manager of Good Charlotte? Wait. Gambling. All right, you got to see this. He runs defense for this fucking guy. Let me see. Where the fuck is it? You guys got to see this fucking guy. Oh, Mickey. Oh my God. I fucking hate Mickey.
Online portals, but
this
for that
guy right here. So this guy is supposed to be like a career Baccarat player. He's the best gambler in the world, apparently. Everything out of his mouth, in my opinion, is a total lie. And this whole video is Spencer like basically allowing this guy to tell whatever lie he wants to tell.
Usually the most relevant because most of my videos come from there. But I was that company's biggest winner domestically 4 quarters in a row.
I'm sure they throw you a party, right? Look at all these guys with the secrets to beat us.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so it's one of my questions, and one thing I couldn't understand, assuming that you weren't a winner, assuming that you were losing, is I just got the sense that you had this vitriol for the casinos. You were very adamant about how much you disliked the casinos, and I couldn't understand. It's provided a life for you. I can't comprehend why you seem to have a very much like an anger towards them.
Yeah, okay, so high stakes gambling, especially if you're a professional gambler, you can just assume that's what you do for a living, right? Whether I had money before or after is not relevant. And it's complete war. They'll do anything to see me broke, take food out of my son's mouth, keep a roof off of my head. They want to see me homeless, broke, and nothing. And they'll do anything to lie, cheat, steal, manipulate. They'll do anything to see me have no money and in pain. It's like...
This is one of those guys, too, where no matter what you say, the answer in a roundabout way will like involve, oh my God, the way that this guy talks about, like he mixes in his accolades and the people that he knows. And, oh, I've made all this money from gambling. Okay, so this Spencer guy, he is, complicit. He is also running a scam. He is allowing a scam to advertise in front of his videos. Philip DeFranco, Matt Walsh, Leon Lush, these are big channels, guys. Shaul Sonnen, The Majority Report with Sam Cedar. Oh my God, this is bringing the whole gang together. Paul Joseph Watson, Gilstrap, David Pakman, Abba and Preach, Timcast IRL, It's a Gundam. He's the guy that made all the Pokemon stuff, right? Psych Substance, Ryan Long. Oh man, we've been really cringing out to Ryan Long recently. Ryan Long's been fucking awesome. Redacted, Kentucky Ballistics, Mateus Crank, Moon, Kelly, Dr. Mike. Uh-oh, Dr. Mike, that's not good. Caspian Report, Speak the Truth. I know, not Dr. Mike. Switch Up. I mean, I love Dr. Mike, especially after he beat the living fucking brakes off iDubbbz. That was awesome. Stephen He, James Klug, KTO, Dr. Todd Grande. Oh my God, there's just so many people on this list. Wavy Web Surfer. I know that guy. So yeah, I mean, listen, that's what's going on. All these people, inadvertently, they allowed a scam to operate on their platform. They allowed it to happen because these people did not look into the company at all. They saw somebody who was like, hey, do you want $20,000? All you got to do is 10 seconds of talking. And then they're like, yeah, of course. Do you need me to not look at any of the details? Okay, perfect. I won't look at any of the details. That's great. So that's what they did. They just completely just let fucking these wolves loose on their pack of audience members. What the fuck am I saying? Pack. I'm turning into like Joe Rogan right here. I'm talking about wolves and packs and stuff like that. Not good. We got to separate ourselves from Joe Rogan. We got to move forward. Oh, and then here, this is great. We got Augie's response to this whole situation right here. So Augie goes, accusing a YouTuber of promoting a scam when they were lied to and taken advantage of by the evil company is like accusing a woman of deserving rape when she walked in an alley at night. Okay, listen. Even if everything was true, even if the trees got planted, you get your 1 square foot of land, it's still a fucking scam. So even if the product is the product that they say it is, even if all those steps are made, it is still a fucking crazy scam. You're a bad person for taking this enchanted titles thing anyway. Oh, you get to be the lord of the land. Oh, yeah. Everybody gets to be a lord now. Yeah, that's how this fucking world works, right? We all just get to be lords because we own 1 square foot of land? What type of fucking fantasy land do you fucking think we're living in? What, you want to be called a lord? I'll call you a lord. I'll call you whatever the fuck you want. I'll call you a bitch. I'll call you a lord. I'll call you father. I don't care. Tell me what you want me to call you. I'll do it. He, her, it, it's, they, them, any, whatever, any, all. I'm down for. So, of course, let's see here. So, of course, we had our good friend Paige Christie. So, Paige Christie made a video about Salvo Pancakes. It's Salvo Pancakes, the forgotten YouTuber. And, man, this video was not good. All the details were super fucked up in this video. It just did not come out good. And we're thinking to ourselves, like, why would she put the video out? It feels very rushed. And as it turns out, this fucking dumb ass bitch was rushing to get the video completed because she had an agreement with Enchanted Titles to get the advertisement out at a certain time. How embarrassing is that? How cosmic is that? She fucking steps out of bounds and the universe puts her directly back in her place in such a beautiful, beautiful way.
Forgotten YouTuber. But first, a word from today's sponsor.
Oh, how dare you, motherfucker. Now, should we look at this sponsor, by the way? So, by the way, because I'm petty, is that okay if I'm petty, Paige? Is that okay if I'm petty? You had a sponsor on a video, on a feature film about me. So that means I need 100% of those royalties. And I'm going to need them within 7 days. Okay? I'm going to need them within 7 days. Okay? I'm going to play a little bit of the ad. And it's going to be interesting here.
This video was proudly sponsored by Established Titles. Listen, guys, I don't know whether you knew this already, but your girl Paige, she is a lady, okay? A lady.
Prove it.
With a capital L. You better put some respect.
Oh my God. Does it, in retrospect, now that you know for a fact that Enchanted Titles is a scam, is it not sickening watching her do this full act out where she's wearing a crown and she's getting all excited about it? Does this not make you sick to your fucking stomach?
On my name, do you understand me? Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice, okay? Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping.
Okay, this is weird. She has an ad deal for Scotland land. Title reservation, confused.
Oh, shit, I'm not showing video. Oh, my God. Sorry, guys. All you did was watch me take a hit of my bong. I'm sorry. Here, look at her with her little crown.
Okay,
sorry.
Established Titles is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping.
Okay, this is weird. She has an ad deal for Scotland land. Title reservation, confusing opinion. Thank you.
In global reforestation effort.
What?
It is a project based
So,
on.
by the way, the reason why I'm watching this right now, the reason why I'm watching it through Salvo's stream is because Paige took her video down. Because the the only reason these people make content is to run ads on it. So if they can't run ads, then they're going to remove the content, put it up when they can put a new ad on it or something.
Historic
Established
Scottish
titles?
custom, where landowners are referred to as lairds, lords, and ladies in English. If you actually didn't know this about me, my last name is Scottish.
No, it ain't. So, listen, guys, if you don't know what to give your distant grandpa who fucked your ass when you were 3, but your parents and your therapist thinks it's...
Yeah, and exactly. So this is before we knew this was a scam, by the way. So there she is, Paige Christie. She is, so, I mean, she looks like an absolute fucking idiot, but it gets even better, guys. Way more people are wrapped up in this Enchanted Titles stuff. I found a pretty funny one, and this is something I love, by the way. I love it when people complain about being shadow banned. This is a video that popped up on my YouTube today. So this video is called...
So, guys...
What violated YouTube's community guidelines actually looks like. What it looks like to violate YouTube's community guidelines. So let's watch this. Here this guy is. He's gonna... I love this. A 7-minute video about how this guy is shadow banned.
This is a video that I don't particularly like to make. I don't really know how to start it. I guess I'll just tell the story of what's been going on.
And by the way, I've never watched this guy's content before. And suddenly this video comes up of I've been shadow banned.
So essentially, almost all my videos lately have been getting either demonetized or violating community guidelines, which essentially means an age restriction. And recently we put out a video that we put so much work into. I mean, it was over 2 weeks straight of editing. I had a whole camera crew for it, 2 cameramen, a cinematographer, so technically 3 camera people. We were at a festival, so we had to put a lot of planning into this, and it was starting to blow up. It was starting to perform really well, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like on the back end when YouTube says your video violates guidelines. So when they slap that age restriction on it, not only do you lose monetization, meaning all the money we put in, like we put thousands into this video, it's not going to make it back. But that aside, it basically hides it from YouTube. So it's not just if you're 18 or older, you need to be signed in to see it. It's they no longer promote it.
I mean, they think that they're entitled to the algorithm. They think the algorithm is something that we are all equally, we all have a say in who gets the algorithm. The algorithm does what it wants to do.
If you're subscribed to the channel, you probably won't even get it recommended to you. And if you even search for like the words in the title, it probably won't even show up. So the only way to really see it is to actually go to my channel and view my videos. And even then some videos are hidden. Like it's
okay, so I'm hearing all this stuff and I saw the original footage where it's a video about a music festival. So I was like, what could this video possibly be? What the hell is this shit about? So I go and I actually find the video itself that got shadow banned. The video's still up, by the way. The video's still up. It's not removed or anything like that. So I click on the video, and this is what I see. So this video is called "We Ate Lucy Live at a Hippie Festival and This Happened." So these guys, they feel entitled to not only YouTube's advertisers, but also to its algorithm. And they're just making videos about eating acid at a music festival. Like, are you fucking serious right now? You think that you're entitled for Burger King to make an ad on somebody fucking eating 10 tabs of acid? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why the fuck do you feel entitled to that? You should be happy that 387,000 people saw your fucking stupid video. Like, look at this shit.
Can't tell what's real and what's not real anymore. Wow, guys, we lost.
Like, you hired 3 people and all this crew, and the concept of the video is you ate acid at a music festival, asshole.
What is up, YouTube viewers? I am here with Jack Denmo.
And he's like this muscle gay guy that is like he just eats a lot of psychedelic. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, why should YouTube be recommending this? Why should YouTube be recommending to me muscle gays that eat acid? Like, why? I don't understand why this guy's entitled to this.
Hello, Jack.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
We're at Shambhala.
Shambhala. It's a giant meetup of hippies in the middle of the jungle.
We are about to take you guys on a journey of Jack taking for his first time at a psychedelic festival. How do you feel about that?
It's wild, so I have very high expectations.
We're gonna do.
Oh, that's good. So you could make money off a video where you're eating acid, but if you say the word acid, then advertisers get to advertise. Like,
things
what?
Safe, and to show you what responsible use looks like, is we have 2.5 tabs. Both have been tested, confirmed to be lysergic diethylamide, and we're going to take moderate doses for being in a festival, because when you are in a chaotic environment,
yeah, this is gonna really help me sell a lot of dog food.
Less is more, so we're keeping it light. Jack's doing a tab, and I will do a tab and a half.
All right, bro. Cheers.
Look at this.
According to YouTube guidelines shown here, videos which intend to educate.
Oh, and here it is right here. So it's like you can turn on ads for this content. Humorous references, education, music, or statements without glorifying or promoting drugs. Okay, how is this? You're eating acid at a music festival. How is that not glorifying the process of eating like these types of people? It's like they're skirting the line of like what is acceptable, and then they're crying like a little bitch when somebody finally decides that the gray area they're in is a little bit more black than they thought it was.
By nature, and do not glorify the use of drugs. Both abide by the community safety guidelines and are eligible for monetization. The following video does not glorify.
Oh my god! Thank you for the 10 gift subs.
Instead, attempts to be non-biased while delivering not life-saving information disguised as entertainment. We do not display graphic use. There are no scenes showcasing consumption, and any insinuation of use should be taken as satirical at best. Thanks, YouTube, and don't forget to visit our Patreon page after the video for extra content and behind-the-scenes footage that only our patrons get to see. I love you, motherfucker. and now we wait. So it'll start taking effect anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. And again, because of the environment, these tabs will probably be a lot more intense than if we were just in my studio. So you guys are in for a ride. We're in for a ride. Hopefully we can just take you on this adventure.
This is the type of stuff, by the way. This is what's popping up on my YouTube algorithm these days.
And there's been a new development. We have just learned that Blake, Jack's cameraman, would like to join us.
Well, when in Rome. All right, down the hash. It's my creative director, and
all right, let's skip forward. Let's see if there's any glorifying happening here.
Plugged. I just feel f***ing gross.
I feel nice, man.
Good. It's a good contrast.
Maybe I'm nice on the body. Down, girl. Down.
It's by himself. You have to save him.
Guys, imagine being on and lost in this mess. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like, listen, if I'm fucking Dr. Squatch soap, I don't know if this is the type of person I want buying my body soap. You know, that's all I'm trying to say right here. What else we got? We got 2 more stories for you guys. 2 more ones. We're going to either talk about Zherka and Mr. Girl, or you know what? Let's just have a little bit of a victory lap, guys. We have had such a beautiful, beautiful storyline develop within the Tim Pool world, and I was able to involve myself. Just, you know, again, let's listen to the new Tim Pool song before we get into the segment here. Genocide, Losing My Mind, Tim Pool. I love this fucking song. I wake up in the middle of the night with this song stuck in my head.
We follow until it's our turn to die. We're slowly marching to our suicide instead of living. Tell me what to do instead of dreaming. Let me die for you. If I could see the darkness in our minds and their tainted eyes, I'd make it right.
I fucking love this song. We're marching at about genocide. We're killing winds and wind and tide. The seams breaking apart for the world to see. Break free from control reality. Fight your way from this. To get away from it. I'm losing my mind. Yes, Ian. We love him. Sorry for the singing. Normally I'm more of a songbird. I don't know what's going on with me today. My tune is off, guys. I think Taylor Lorenz is the new... I think people on the right, they whack off to Taylor Lorenz. I think a lot of these like conservative guys secretly wish they had like an SJW Jewish girlfriend with big fucking titties. That's what they kind of wish for.
Institutions made to control your lives. We're inside breeding, concocting all the lies that we use to control your mind. Break free from control reality and find your way from this to get away from it. I'm losing my mind. If I lost my sight, if this quicksand has gone.
I love watching Tim sing, by the way.
My eyes, how can I see anything?
Status check. Command on internal. Missile and internal DC. Pressurization complete.
Break free.
Oh, it's Alex Jones. I forgot about Alex. Away from this.
I'm losing my mind. Have I lost my sight? If this quicksand has gone over my eyes, how can I see anything?
All right, that's enough out of Tim right there. That was Tim Pool, everybody. That was Genocide, Losing My Mind. I love that fucking song. I love the fact that Tim is making music. And I want to say about 3 weeks ago, I made a little video about Tim Pool because I saw something interesting, and I knew some of you guys were going to be interested in it yourself. Now, I've been getting a lot of mean things said about me after I've made this video, but just to give you a little bit of a refresher, here is the video. It's called, Did Tim Pool Have a Secret Relationship with His Employee? So this is a video I made. This has 7,000 views, and it has 196 comments, and most of them are very mean. They are not nice to me. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. The story is a lie. What else are people saying about me? Imagine how much of a loser you have to be to believe this nonsense. There's so many of them. There's like, I want to say there's like 100 comments of people saying that I'm bad and I'm wrong. You know, this is a wrong story that I'm telling people. But here, I'll give you, this is 4 minutes long. I made it nice and short and sweet. It's mostly going to be this person, Karlin Borisenko, talking. So Karlin Borisenko, she really popped up around 2020. She was somebody that was deep in the knitting community. And the knitting community got too woke. So she left the left, and now she's a right-wing commentator who went crazy. She's one of the most psychotic people. She's as crazy, if not crazier, than BX Bullet. So if you're into people like BX Bullet, you could really get into Karlin Borisenko. She's one of my favorite kind of lol cows that you're going to find around here. But back in the day, Karlin used to be friends with a lot of these people. So Tim Pool's co-host, Adam Kringler. I think she had a relationship with Tim at one point in time. So she knows a lot of these people, and she does know a lot of secrets. So this is what I heard Karlin say. And kind of the main way people have been discrediting me is by being like, you don't really believe Karlin, do you? Oh, that woman's crazy. I don't believe a word that she said. Karlin's crazy. So, you know, you're believing something that Karlin told you? Well, yeah, listen, I can agree Karlin is a fucking lying sack of shit. Anybody that is paying attention could tell that Karlin Borisenko is a lying sack of shit. But I hate to break it to you, there's a reason why I get in front of the fucking microphone, okay? I can tell sometimes the difference between when a liar is telling the truth and when a liar is telling a lie. Because, you know, just because somebody is a liar doesn't mean that they're always lying. I know that's a complicated thought for a lot of people, but let's play a little bit of this, and it'll give you a little bit of background on this.
I can absolutely confirm that Adam, well, to the best of my knowledge, I mean, maybe he was, I don't know, but
I feel like this bitch is gonna get sued.
Adam was not the one shagging Lydia. You brainstormed, you solved a mystery, you worked it out. Ultimately, what happened is Adam gave Tim an ultimatum. He said that he wanted a real producer. He was tired of Lydia because
Adam, the co-host, by the way,
that Tim favored Lydia between the two of them for reasons. Adam didn't like that, and he demanded that Tim get a real producer. And when Adam demanded that Tim get a real producer, Tim fired Adam. That was what it was. And that was why they just like announced it that one night, and that was it. And that is why they never talked about it since. And the rest of it, you guys have already worked out in the chat.
Yeah, we did. This is a woman on the loose
I
right
don't know
here.
that single one of the people involved in this story has burned me on some level.
Yeah,
So
isn't that the best part of a story like this? Everybody involved is such a fucking asshole.
the additional dirt on this story is that, so we talked about how Lydia was married, but people didn't know she was married. And then Tim had a girlfriend. Well, apparently, at some point...
Okay. Another thing I feel like at this point I need to point out, sure, maybe the details of why Adam left the show, or maybe it's not that he left because of the Lydia situation. Maybe it was something else. But the exact minuscule reason why Adam left and the hyper specifics of it, I'm not super interested in that. I'm not interested in that at all. I'm interested in the high school fucking girls table where we discuss, who's dating who? Tim Pool's dating Lydia. Ooh, Tim Pool's dating Lydia. He is slapping that meat. That's what I'm interested in. I'm not trying to like take down Tim. I'm like, ooh, he is clapping those fucking cheeks. And that beanie is getting fucking wet. That is a wet beanie. You could hear, so you're going to hear later, they're going to say that, the sound carried through the hallways. You could hear the fucking wet beanie slapping the top of his head in between every pump. It's like a thumping sound.
His girlfriend found out what
That's
was
the type of stuff I'm interested in.
on. And Tim, this was what was relayed to me by Adam, and Tim was given an ultimatum essentially, and then Tim had to have a stern talking to with Lydia to tell her that
Think about that shit. Okay. So that's the video. That's the situation. As it turns out, Adam has finally spoken. Adam has come out and he has made statements about the matter. So, Adam Kringler, Tim Pool. So now we're gonna watch the time codes that I have listed. A couple time codes for the 6-hour video, but after I show this, I think it's safe to say that I am owed an apology. I was right about this story. And it's like, people, you want to doubt me? Listen, if you're in my community, I'm going to feed you guys good information. Yes, I might feed bad information for fun out to other people, but you guys are going to get good stuff. If I say this is something that is happening, it's my word. So you could use that against me in the future. That's how I want you guys to look at it. Okay, I was confident enough where I reported on this story 3 weeks before everybody else did. Okay, so everybody that is in my community got this info before everybody else. So even though there's, 25 people in here right now, keep that in mind. And you could see CJ's famous spite time codes. This is what we do, guys. We leave our spite time codes. I want people in the audience to watch the video the same way that I watch the video. So what I do is I leave these like elaborate spite time codes so all the hate watchers know how to watch the video. So let's get into the Lydia talk. This is Tim Pool's disgruntled ex-co-host. His name's Adam Kringler. He had a red pill awakening and Tim Pool couldn't handle it or something like. I don't know. This guy's a huge fucking asshole loser.
Is very vocal online about how righteous she is, and we followed each other on Twitter, and I would see her high and mighty posts about how virtuous she is and how pro-life she is and all this stuff, and it triggered the fucking shit out of me because I knew the kind of person she was. The sinful, disrespectful person that didn't give a shit about anyone but herself and Tim. Clearly, she cared about Tim. So that last episode that I was on, well, I mean, it was multiple. It was like a week, basically. Abortion was a hot topic issue, right? We were talking about it a lot. It was in the political conversation, as it always is. And, she, of course, was acting her like I mentioned. And I was getting annoyed by it, and I talked to Nish about it, and I was like, I have to say something. Like, I have to, like, I want to be like, hey, you don't understand, like, what it's like for people who may have been in that situation. Maybe I was trying to convince myself that because I still had this, it was like locked in a box. Right?
So imagine this, but it's like 6 hours of this. This guy just went on forever. The disapproving scowl. Let's listen to this.
The first time I ever remembered her disapproving of what he said and she looked right at me with this like disapproving scowl when he said I'm pro-life, or that he's pro-life, right? And she shook her head at me with like the most disapproving glare. And I'm like, fuck you. Don't fucking look at me with that. Oh.
Oh, don't look at me like that. Oh. I love that line. That's a very like Napoleon Dynamite type line right there.
Fuck you. Don't fucking look at me with that. Oh.
I kind of want to make that as a sound bite. I need to get all these sound bites. That's such a perfect sound bite.
Like,
listen.
Fuck you. Don't fucking look at me with that. Oh. Like, I was so pissed.
Am I the only one that finds that funny?
And at the end of that show, I said something. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you gotta, you don't understand. Like, blah, blah. I don't remember exactly what I said because I was really mad.
Yeah, it sounds like, I was so mad. Oh, not the tots.
I would call her out the very second the show ended. I said, hey, you really need to make sure when I'm talking, you move the button to me, or when you hit the button to change the camera to me, because she's the one who was doing that. Or when Tim starts talking, you really need to make sure it's not on my face, just like sitting there. Like, I was very aware of that, to the point where I had Tim get me my own Stream Deck so I could force the camera to change. That's how often she fucked up that shit. And it's like, Tim yelled at her 10 times. I can't even count how many times he screamed at her. Like, it was not even yelling, it was screaming. Like, it didn't matter where you are in the house.
Oh, Tim screams at his employees. Scary boss alert. Tim Pool's a scary boss. Keep that in mind. Women should be very afraid to work there.
Tim yelled at her 10 times. I can't even count how many times he screamed at her. Like, it was not even yelling. It was.
I like this too. So if Tim Pool screams at her, that means that I, Adam, am also allowed to scream at her. I like that.
Like, it didn't matter where you are in the house. You heard him fucking blow up.
Oh, and again, that I made sure to make a note of that. Right there, he says something that the untrained ear would easily miss, but not me. Listen to this. This corroborates Carlin's story. Listen to this.
10 times. I can't even count how many times he screamed at her. Like, it was not even yelling. It was screaming. Like, it didn't matter where you are in the house. You heard him fucking blow up.
It doesn't matter where you are in the house. You could hear him blow up. That was one of the claims from Carlin. One of the claims from Carlin is that everybody in the house knew that there was sex happening because you could hear, yeah, take that, Lydia. Oh, take that. Yeah, take that. Oh, you're like Antifa. I'm like the Proud Boys. Yeah, take that, Lydia. You could hear that all through the fucking hallways. You could hear that shit. So he's saying in another instance, you could also hear everything throughout all the hallways.
Lydia.
Because I guess there's no carpets in the whole house.
I don't know why she stayed. Probably because she was in love with him. But so that morning when he sent that to me, I was like, Tim, I need to be able to work this shit out. I need to be able to vent and get to like a resolution if I'm going to work with somebody. Like, I can't do this, you know? And he's, you know, it was like a conversation that he was coming from a place of Adam wants to get rid of Lydia. And I was coming from a place of, I don't give a shit if Lydia does suck as a producer. And I didn't choose her to be my producer for this show. And you did meet her on Instagram in DMs. When she slid into your DMs. Which is true, by the way.
Oh, I'm coming. Oh, I'm coming. Yes. Yes, Adam. Yes. Feed me. Oh, thank God.
And I was coming from a place of, I don't give a shit if Lydia does suck.
CJ's vindicated yet again.
Producer. And I didn't choose her to be my producer for this show. And you did meet her on Instagram in DMs when she slid into your DMs, which is true, by the way. You know, like, it would have been nice if you actually hired a professional producer, you know, because we had a really good quality show.
This is like sex trafficking, you know? You brought her as a producer, but you brought her for the purposes of sex, Tim. Isn't that considered trafficking?
Nice to have an actual producer, not a nurse from Bumblefuck America somewhere.
I love that. So that's who's watching these Tim Pool videos. You don't know who these women are in the audience. It's like a 30-year-old nurse that lives in Nebraska, Tennessee, and there she is in Tim Pool's DMs, thirsty as a motherfucker.
I don't even know where she's from.
Oh, thank you.
And I said,
Adam.
like, if you're going
Thank
to
you.
push this issue, I'm happy to walk away. Now,
Yeah, I mean, this makes me feel so good. And he goes on about it too. Sound carries through the house, slid into the DMs. Oh, this
I
is
was
so
worried
funny
about-
too. So this is a kind of a side tangent. This is a little tangential right here. But I think this is really telling of the type of guy that Tim Pool is. So listen to the accusation that Adam is about to make about Tim Pool and the way that this guy runs his compound.
I was ready to pack up and fucking leave. But the thing is, I uprooted my wife two times already in a year. And I uprooted her for Tim twice. And she's a music producer. She went to school for music. And she was producing Tim's music. One of Tim's songs, you might know it, Will of the People. I like a lot of Tim's songs, actually.
That's the best. Oh my God, I love that. We all love Tim's music. It doesn't matter how big of a Tim Pool enemy you are. I mean, you're putting his music on. His shit fucking slaps.
Words in the Book is fantastic. I love that song. I have the words somewhere. I should remember that. But anyway, Will of the People, right? And it wasn't done yet. She had been working for months producing this song for Tim, and it wasn't done. She had hired her friends in Sweden who did all the artwork for that music video. Many of you might have seen it. And I wanted to let her finish. And Tim, it was so odd because Tim, he acted as if nothing bad happened.
Okay, it's just him going on a little bit of a bitch boy fantasy about the friendship he used to have with Tim Pool. And then this is some more. This to me was the final notch on the belt. This definitely happened. Let's give a listen to this.
You know, exposing Tim or lying about Tim. That's what I think was really a threat. Like she could have said,
Ted.
You know, that Tim forced her, you know, into anything. And like, boom, Tim would have been canceled. But like, no, she loved him, you know, and like it was consensual as far as I can tell anyway, right? Again, I never saw them. The door was closed a lot of times. That's all I know. You know, I'm not.
That's all. You see what he's doing right there? He's playing this game where he's trying to keep one foot in the door with this Tim Pool character, where he thinks that maybe one day he'll be able to, bridge the gap. So he doesn't want to like fully burn this bridge, but he's basically saying, yeah, the door was closed, but we could hear everything. We could hear that something was going on. Something weird was happening. We don't know what it was. The door was closed, but we heard a lot of meat slapping type sounds.
It's not like I saw them doing stuff. But
I heard it though. I didn't see, but I heard it.
That's all I know. You know, I'm not. It's not like I saw them doing stuff. But
so there it is right here. Adam basically spelling out what we already know and what we already reported on, which is the fact that, Tim Pool and Lydia were having sex. So I'm just going to ask this. Tim Pool fans, anybody that has been in my comment section, you guys owe me a massive apology. So please send me an apology. Otherwise, you guys don't believe in freedom and truth. That's the rule. So either you apologize to me or you're a soy cucked out lib. Those are going to be the two options. And I think that's going to be it for today, everybody. Thank you all for stopping by. That has been the stream. This has been great. I mean, we got 10 gifted members of this. we've had more people donating money than people have been coming to the stream. Everybody, I think, in the stream has been able to get a membership for the most part if you allow gifts. And it's been great. We got a lot of stuff done today. We covered a lot of topics, and I am grateful you guys all showed up. The stream has been building. Guys, 3 months ago, I would be super jacked up if I could stay at like a consistent 7 viewers. Today, we've been at a consistent like 27 to 30 viewers. It's been amazing. The community is growing. I mean, the stream has been building. The momentum is building every single day. I'm seeing new faces all the time. And, people are starting to get it. Even last time, we spent the majority of the stream talking shit about Tipster and the people on his stream. And even some of the people that were on the stream that we made fun of, I end up seeing them in the Discord. They're like, oh, we thought it was funny. So, I always love seeing that. I will be back in the next couple of days. But for now, everybody, take care.
I've been wearing my hoops.
No, not this. We got to get something good. Yeah, there we go. Little funk to leave. Goodbye, everybody.
I don't wanna be late, Uber man, I gotta play the catch. Time to make an escape, ain't it gonna be great when they read my name, yeah. Time to show this little time what they've been missing. Should've never ever listened to the rhythm of the person, they were never gonna have it my way. Get up, take a seat, listen up, turn around to the beat. Shut up, take a seat, ooh, it's not what you think. Get up, take a seat, listen up, turn around to the beat. Shut up, take a seat, ooh, it's not what you think. Baby, living in a limited world, baby, living in a limited world. Baby, living in a limited world, baby, living in a limited world. Baby, living in a limited world, baby, living in a limited world. Take your time and learn and live and know what you came from. Scooby-Doo.